I am tempted to quote the great Leonard Cohen, I'm guided by the beauty of our weapons. And they are beautiful pictures of fearsome armaments.
This is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran.
On April 6, 2017, on the 100-year anniversary of America's entry into World War I, Donald Trump launched airstrikes against the Syrian government in retaliation for a gas attack supposedly perpetrated by Assad. There was no investigation, not even a hack job of a frame-up like we had in 2003. The evidence we do have contradicts the official story, and the stakes are much, much higher this time around. Then, before the dust had even settled, Trump pivoted to Asia, ratcheting up intimidation tactics towards North Korea, threatening regime change, practically begging an already insecure Kim Jong-un to do something stupid. And that's the point. Provoke a response, and then play the victim. If he can't get it the old-fashioned way, he might just make one up. Trump cut a deal with the deep state. He signed on with the neoliberal neocon corporate alliance. They got his back now. As long as they get their war, everybody's happy. Make no mistake, this is just the beginning. Expect the unexpected in the South China Sea, Iran, Eastern Europe, and on the home front. The circus tent is coming down. But boy, oh boy, is he going to give us a show in the meantime.
I think this is the most dangerous moment in American-Russian relations since the Cuban Missile Crisis in 1962. We're in a new and worse Cold War with Russia. There are 3 Cold War fronts fought with hot war. The Baltics, where NATO is building up, Ukraine, you all know that story, and Syria.
The additional kind of stories coming out of Washington this past week that the United States is actually developing some plans for the killing of Kim or for deploying nuclear weapons inside of South Korea, that would lead to an escalation of tension that could lead to accidental nuclear war on the Korean Peninsula.
Trump isn't just flirting with World War III, he's inviting it. And he wants everyone to know that he's crazy enough to pull the trigger. Thinks it'll help him twist some arms. Thinks he can force the big boys to negotiate. This isn't a real estate deal. And that's not an ace he's got up his sleeve. Nobody wins a nuclear war. If just 300 of Russia's nuclear bombs were set off in the United States, somewhere between 75 and 100 million people would die in the first half hour. Most of the infrastructure needed to support the population would be instantly destroyed. Communication systems, hospitals, transport, power plants, etc. Those not killed in the initial blast would die slowly in the coming months, from radiation poisoning, starvation, exposure, and disease. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. Even a smaller nuclear conflict involving only 50 to 100 Hiroshima-sized bombs would send 5 million tons of debris into the upper atmosphere, causing global temperatures to plummet catastrophically, reducing rainfall worldwide for up to a decade, devastating agriculture and triggering mass starvation on a global scale. That is not a world you would want to raise children in.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 25, verse 15. For thus saith the Lord, God of Israel, unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all the nations to whom I send thee to drink it. Verse 16, and they shall drink and be moved and be mad because of the sword that I will send among them. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Quadash, Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the 4 corners of the earth and making their body a living sacrifice for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. I'm Brother Samak from the GMS Miami camp, and the reason why I brought out Jeremiah 25, verse 15 and 16, all right, is because the video you just seen, man, all right, what's happening in the Middle East and over there in Asia is of the Lord, is of the God of Israel, okay? He's forcing all you nations, okay, to drink that cup of his fury, because he's bringing a sword upon y'all, all right? And that sword, you're not going to be able to escape, man, all right? That's why he said you're going to drink, okay, this cup, man. The God of Israel is literally shoving World War III down your throat, and there's nothing you can do to stop it, all right? Now, when you watch that video, man, it pretty much lays down exactly, okay, the agenda of what's about to happen, man, in the future, man, all right? Imminent nuclear war, okay? And that's the God of Israel, okay, judging you nations, all right? Especially you Edomites, all right? You so-called white people, okay? So let me now go to the book of Joel, chapter 3, and I'm going to start at 9, just to regurgitate the point that this is of the God of Israel who's shoving World War III down your throat. The book of Joel, chapter 3, verse 9. Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Right. Gentiles is just another word, okay, for heathens. All right. You heathens, okay, you nations. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Right. All right. And you see majority of the men of war, okay. And who are the men of war? Your militaries, okay, from all your nations. Where are majority of them at, okay? They're in the Middle East, okay? Majority of them are in the Middle East. Verse 10, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Right, man. You got a lot of these weak nations saying they're strong. Why? Because they have nuclear capabilities, man. And then you have a lot of these nations, all you have to do is look at, okay, where they're putting their money. They're putting all their money into the military, all right? Because they know, all right, that they're about to go to war, all right? And they're going for various reasons, but they know that war is coming. Why? Because that is of the God of Israel who's putting the spirit on them, okay? All right, it's forcing that World War III down their throat, all right? Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Verse 12, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shaphat, meaning, okay, Yahweh's judgment. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Exactly, man. That's the reason why World War III is inevitable, man. The Lord's judging you heathens, man. All right? And that's why he said, okay, you're going to drink this cup, man. All right? You're going to drink this cup. You're going to drink this war. And there's nothing you nations can do to stop it. All right? In fact, and who's stirring up these wars, okay, mainly in the Middle East, okay, is the angels of the Lord. And I'll get it real quickly just to edify the point. All right? And I brought this out in my last video, but it's crucial, man. All right? Because that's the times that we're living in, man. We're living in the times of prophecy, all right? And these scriptures must come out repeatedly, over and over again, all right? Revelation chapter 9, verse 14. Saying to the sixth angel, which have the trumpet, loose the four angels which are bound in the great rivers Euphrates. Right, man. And that's where the Euphrates River mainly runs through. That's the Middle East, man, okay? And you have a lot of tensions in one country, Syria. There's multiple nations in that country, all right? And various other countries, Iraq, okay? You have, other places in the Middle East. You have other nations in like that are supporting the Middle East, like Jordan, Saudi Arabia, right? America backs Saudi Arabia. America backs Jordan. You have America backing what other country in the Middle East? Turkey. Okay, but now Turkey's, okay, leaning towards Russia. All right. And so Turkey's like pretty much playing both sides of the fence. And then you have Russia supporting Assad. You have Russia supporting Iran. And Russia and America are in Syria, okay? That's the key part about it. These two major powers are in Syria, in the Middle East. And that's the Lord, okay, stirring these heathens up for the judgment, okay? Because he's forcing that World War III down your throats, okay? Verse 15. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour, and a day, and a month, and a year, for to slay the third part of men. Exactly, man. And that's and who's the third part of men? Majority of you, okay, that are in these conflicts, in these wars, all right? It's starting with the Edomites, you so-called white people, all right? And then after that, you other heathen nations, all right? But a majority of you Edomites, man, all right, you're going to perish in these last days because you're the ones that are mainly, okay, pushing this World War III, okay? And who's pioneering it? Your main man, Donald Trump, all right? But just to show you that this is of the Lord because the angels are stirring us up, man. That's why all you nations are in the Middle East, man, all right? Because the Lord is forcing that, okay, that World War III down your throat. All right, let me get now to the book of Matthew. Excuse me. The book of Matthew. And I'm also going to get into articles as well. I have 2 articles that I want to bring out just to edify the point from your secular news. All right. Book of Matthew chapter 24. And I'll start at 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet right. And who's not being troubled by this? The elect, okay? The elect men of Israel, all right? The so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, okay, man, okay, who understands the prophecies, who's coming back to his true biblical nationality, call himself an Israelite from his respective tribe. They're not being troubled because they're seeing that these wars must come to pass. And that's what this Bible said. It says, once again, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Verse 8. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. Right, man? That's why we're not being in trouble, because we understand the prophecies. We know what's happening, all right? Mainly, you nations rising up against each other, right? Because that's of the God, that's the God of Israel setting it up, man, okay? Once again, you drinking that cup, forcing that World War III down your throat, man, all right? And plus, you see earthquakes, you know, just to add to it, earthquakes in various places, pestilence, all right? You got the influenza killing, all right? A whole bunch of people here in America, all right? You got different forms of plagues which are created by you Edomites, all right? You have, what other they have? Famine, all right? Venezuela, all right? Certain parts of Africa, Middle East. All these wars bring famine, all right? So we here, man. We in a time of prophecy. We in a time of World War III, man, okay? Which is imminent. Let me get another. So let me go back now to Jeremiah, because now I'm going to bring out an article. All right. So Jeremiah, I'm going back to Jeremiah. You know what? Let me bring out the article first. So this is from Newsweek, just showing you how we're living in a times of prophecy. This is prophetic. All right. And the water, okay, for Yahweh Bashim Shai, putting the spirit on, okay, on the prophets of Great Millstone to use the news, okay, your secular news against you maggots, all right? Because we use your news and filter it through the Bible, all right? All right, and we got the water to the apostles of Great Millstone, man, because they showed us the way, all right? Those are our spiritual fathers. They are teachers, all right? This is from Newsweek. Middle East allies. 68 nations. Did you hear that? This is from Newsweek, and this article came out last year, March 21st, 2017. All right, and I guarantee there's a lot more nations now in the Middle East. But it says 68 nations involved in fighting ISIS, which, if you've been living under a rock, you should know ISIS is AK, CIA, and Mossad, all right? America and them fake gutter rat Jews, okay, little militia, all right? 68 nations involved in fighting ISIS gathered to hear Trump plan, all right? Now that's 68 nations. So now, who are these 68 nations, okay? The coalition of 68 nations supporting the U.S. in the war against the Islamic State group, also known as ISIS, were scheduled to gather Wednesday in Washington to hear President Donald Trump's strategy for defeating the jihadists in the Middle East. Which, how's that working out, all right? The wars have gotten a lot bigger, all right, since last year. It goes on and says, shortly after taking office in late January, Trump signed a presidential memorandum compelling defense officials to come up with a plan to battle ISIS within 30 days. And that failed, all right? Because, right, they're still saying they're fighting ISIS, okay? They're out there not only fighting ISIS, they're trying to still overthrow Assad, all right? Using ISIS and very other moderate rebel groups, as they like to say, all right? Let me jump down to the key point. It says, the summit was set to be hosted by Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, who just returned from a tour of the Asia Pacific concerning another of Washington's nemesis, North Korea. All right? That's why this World War III is imminent, man. You got conflicts all over the globe, man. It's beautiful, man. It's the God of Israel doing it, all right? And he's using your elites, okay, to push this, all right? Because they think they're going to get their new world order. But that's for another topic. Tillerson reportedly would discuss how Washington planned to pursue the battle against ISIS, which has nearly been beaten in Iraq's Mosul and faced extensive loss against U.S. and Kurd-backed Syrian democratic forces. Russia-backed Syrian army and Turkey-backed Syrian rebels in neighboring Syria. Right, because you got Russia in the Middle East. All right, you got Turkey's been in the Middle East, but in Syria as well. But watch this. It says, I'm jumping to the point of these 68 nations. It says the global coalition of counter-ISIS was formed in 2014 under former President Barack Obama from Europe. Member nations include Albania, Austria, Belgium, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Bulgaria, Croatia, Cyprus, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Georgia, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Italy, Kosovo, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Macedonia, Moldova, Montenegro, the Netherlands, Norway, Portugal, Romania, Serbia, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Sweden, Turkey, Ukraine, and the UK. From the Asian Pacific region, Afghanistan, Australia, Japan, Malaysia, New Zealand, Singapore, South Korea, and Taiwan have joined. And from the Americas, Canada, Panama, and the U.S. are members of the International Alliance. In Africa, where ISIS has attempted to establish states through its direct presence or through allied organizations such as Boko Haram, the nations uniting against the jihadists were Egypt, Libya, Morocco, Nigeria, Somalia, and Tunisia. In the focal point of ISIS militant activities, the Middle East, the 9 countries in coalition were Bahrain, Iraq, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and United States Arab Emirates. All these nations are in conflict. All right? Now I'm going to bring out, wait, hold on. In addition to these states, 3 international organizations, the Arab League, EU, and Interpol, were also part of the global coalition to counter ISIS. This is an excuse, man, and that's the excuse that all these nations are having. Why? Because they all have their own agenda, man, all right, to get into the Middle East. Because it's really about resources, oil, natural gas. But, notably, Russia, Iran, and Syria, 3 countries also involved in the fight against ISIS, were not included in the summit. Right, because you got Russia, Iran, and Syria, Assad's regime, all right? So you have all these nations, so it's more than 68, all in the Middle East and various places in conflict. Okay? Why? Because that's the God of Israel forcing that cup of that sword. Okay? So now let's go back to Jeremiah chapter 25. And I'll go back, reiterate, regurgitate, repeat. Verse 15. For thus saith the Lord God of Israel unto me, take the wine cup of this fury at my hand, and cause all nations to whom I send thee to drink. That's the Lord making sure you drink this World War III. That's why you have all those nations, okay, majority of them in the Middle East, okay? And then the rest over there in Asia, all right? In the South China Sea, okay? Because World War III is imminent, because this is of the God of Israel, making you drink that cup. Verse 16, and they shall drink and be moved and be mad because the sword that I will send among them. Right, y'all, a lot of y'all nations are going to die by the sword, man, which is the modern day sword, okay? First, you're going to get into, warplane fights, okay, ground troop fights, naval fights, all right? Then ultimately, thermonuclear war, all right? That's the God of Israel doing all this, all right? Verse 18, to wit, Jerusalem and the cities of Judah and the kings thereof and the princes thereof, to make them a desolation and astonishment and a hissing and a curse. And it is this day. Right. The Lord made sure we get our asses handed to us. All right. That's why if you look at the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, all right, they're in shambles, man. They're under the curse right now. Okay. We were broken down as a nation. Okay. We had to drink the cup of the Lord's wrath, okay? Because we broke the laws, all right? But I'm going to continue reading. The Lord is calling you nations out as well, all right? Verse 19, Pharaoh king of Egypt and his servants and his princes and all his people. Verse 20, and all the mingled people and all the kings of the land of Uz and all the kings of the land of the Philistines and Ashkelon and Azah and Ekron and the remnant of Ashdod. Verse 21, Edom and Moab. All right, Edom is so-called white people. Moab are the Chinese. And the children of Ammon, you Japanese. All right? Hey, let's make a disclaimer here. Just because you maggots changed your name, okay, to whatever you felt like according to your time period of, rising into power and defeating your enemies, doesn't mean, okay, you're exempt from the name that the Lord gave you, all right? The Lord gave you, okay, all you nations a biblical name, all right? Edom are you so-called white people. Ammon are you so-called Japanese people, okay? Moab are you so-called Chinese people, all right? You're not going to escape. That's why he's calling all you nations out, man, all right, by his biblical, okay, names that he ordained upon you, all right? So just because you want to call yourself Japan, Chinese, America, that ain't shit, man, all right? All you nations are here in the Bible, man, all right? That's a disclaimer. There is no end of nation. In fact, the Lord got the Spirit on me to bring it out. So let me bring it out. Salakia, I just want to make a point. Is Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 17. No, 16, Salakia. There is no end of all people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely this also is vanity and vexation of spirit. Right, man. So the point is there is no end of people, okay? And like it says, even of all that have been before them. Exactly. So there is no end of people. All you nations, okay, today, you're all mentioned in the Bible, which the Lord is calling you out of Jeremiah chapter 25. Continue on, verse 21. Edom and Moab and the children of Ammon, verse 22, and all the kings of Tyrese and all the kings of Zidon and the kings of the isles which are beyond the sea, verse 23, Dedan and Tema and Buz and all that are in the utmost corners, verse 24, and all the kings of Arabia and all the kings of the mingled people that dwell in the desert. Verse 25. And all the kings of Zimri, and all the kings of Elam, so you Indian people, and all the kings of the Medes, Russians. Verse 26. And all the kings of the north, far and near, one with another, and all the kingdoms of the world, which are upon the face of the earth, and the kings of Shishak shall drink after them. Exactly. You're going to drink this sword, man. You're going to drink this World War III. All you nations under the sun, man. The Lord named all of y'all. All right? It's in the Bible. You all are going to go into World War III. All right? And you see it, man. By watching that video, man, all right, you're seeing World War III is inevitable, man. Okay? The chess pieces are set. All right? And it's being manifested. All right? All you nations are in the Middle East. 68. Hey, I didn't write this news article. It says 68 nations involved in fighting ISIS, quote unquote. Where's ISIS at? Middle East. And then now, this is last year. Look at it, man. Y'all are banging on each other. You got now Turkey playing both sides. America playing both sides, man. All right? Y'all stabbing each other's in the back. Y'all getting ready for World War III. Okay? Verse 27. Therefore thou shalt say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts. Right. The Lord of armies. Hosts meaning armies. The God of Israel. Right. It's all about the God of Israel. Not the God of Christianity. Not the God of Muslims. Okay. It's the God of Israel who's doing all this. Okay. The God of Yasharallah. He's stirring you nations up for World War III. And it's imminent. You're going to war. Okay. You're drinking this cup of his, okay, of his indignation. Verse 20, drink ye and be drunken, spew and fall and rise no more. Right, because you're not going to rise anymore. All right, after this Third World War, okay, the children of Israel will be ruling in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, the kingdom of heaven is the new empire. Okay, the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, as well as a confusion of faces scattered abroad. Okay, they're your next, okay, kings and priests on the earth. All right, you're no longer going to be calling them Negro, Latino, Native American. You're going to be calling them Israelites. Okay, the children of Israel. All right, those are your future kings, man, and your priests. All right, the Israelites. Okay, the 144,000. Revelation chapter 7. Okay. Starting off with the governing body, the 144,000 and the 1/3. And the rest that come back after they get destroyed because they ain't going to turn to the Lord, all right? But all you nations are going to be serving the Israelites, man. That's why the Lord is making it that you drink this cup of his wrath so you don't rise no more. Your empire is done with. Your ruling, you calling the shots is over. Especially you Edomites, all right? You so-called white people, all right? Verse 28, and it shall be, if they refuse to take the cup at thy hand to drink, then shall say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, ye shall certainly drink. Exactly, man. You ain't going to stop this war. There ain't no diplomatic peace treaty. Ain't no talking, all right? Trying to have diplomatic solutions. Ain't nothing going to stop this Third World War. It is imminent. It's going to happen, all right? Nuclear. All right, just like that video showed, man. Nuclear war is going to happen, man. All right? You ain't good. Hey, it'll behoove you not to raise no children here. All right? Not to bring children into this world. All right? Because you're only setting them up for the slaughter. All right? Because all these nations will go to war. All right? So now let me get... So now why... Now I like to bring it out. Okay? See, a lot of you heathens, all right, and you carnal people out there, you think that the reason why, you don't think, Salakia, you don't think the God of Israel's forcing this, okay, World War III down your throat, all right? But don't worry, man. The God of Israel said it plainly because of what, I'm going to bring it out. Salakia, let me bring it out, all right? You don't think the God of Israel is doing this, okay? But we, the prophets and the elect, we know, all right? But this is what to the God of Israel said. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 9. And I'll start at 15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, in the net which they hid their own foot, which in the net which they hid is their own foot taken. Right, man, all right? You heathens, right? You made your own snare, okay? You caught your own foot, man, okay, in that net. Why is that? Because you had the pride in your heart, your desire to be the next superpower or to grab the next resources, all right? Now I'm going to bring out according to the CFR, this is the Council of Foreign Relations, okay, a perfect example of you getting caught in your own snare, in your own trap, all right? Verse 16, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higalon Salah. Right, this is the work of your own hands. You made your own snare. And why is that? This is from CFR.org. I recommend all the brothers to look at the global conflict tracker from the CFR. They got a lot of good information, all right? And I'll put this up on the description box. Like, this is some intense stuff. All right, this is how you know, man. Esau, all right, he's really, okay, watching everything that's going on, man. He has everything documented, all right? It says, critical impact on U.S. interests, right? And that's the main focal point, man, is you Edomites, all right? Conflict is likely to trigger U.S. military involvement or threatens the supply of critical U.S. strategic resources. Taliban in Afghanistan, civil war in Syria, territorial disputes in the South China Sea. Right, because not only are you going to fight the war in the Middle East, you're also going to fight the war over there in Asia, okay? Now I'm going to click on this because watch what these devils say. 11 billion estimated barrels of oil in South China Sea. That's the reason why you got the U.S. military over there. You got all these Asian, okay, nations moving their military around China, okay? You have North Korea, all the rhetoric with North Korea. That he's just a patsy. It's because there's oil in the South China Sea. This is the CFR. That's why y'all got caught in that snare, man, in that trap. All right? Y'all wicked, man, because it's your own wicked pride, man, that deceived you. All right, you think you're gonna go get that oil, and that's just y'all getting into that World War. It goes on and says, right here, background: China's sweeping claims of sovereignty over the sea, and the sea's alleged 11 billion barrels of untapped oil, and 190 cubic feet of natural gas have antagonized competing claimants: Malaysia, Vietnam, Brunei, Taiwan, Indonesia, and the Philippines, right? And I'm gonna call these state actors for the United States because remember it said the interests of the United States because it's really the American government, the United States, that wants that oil, all right? And they got all these little proxies, these little states, okay, pulling their strings to antagonize China, all right? It says, as early as the 1970s, countries began to claim as their own islands in various zones, such as the Spratly Islands in the South China Sea, which may possess rich natural resources and fishing area, right? So it's all about those resources, right? That's why it's that snare, okay? So let me read it again. Verse 15, the heathen are sunk down in the pit that they made, in the net which they hid their own foot took in. Right, man? You made that snare, that net, man, all right? You out there trying to get resources, not knowing that you're going to cause your own demise as a people, man. And that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Verse 16, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Higalon Salah, right? And who's the wicked? Okay, just to add to that, that's you Edomites, man. You so-called white people, man, all right? Because you're greed, man. You want all these resources, so the war's got to happen. World War III. And the Donald Trump is all for it. He deceived you retards that voted for him, all right? Because, all right, the elite, all right, have told Donald Trump, we got to get these resources, man. So keep the pressure on North Korea. We'll use North Korea as a patsy, but it's really the pressure on China. Is there any more on this? Y'all get the point. Y'all can look at this. Let me continue on. Verse 17. The wicked shall be turned into hell, and all the nations that forgot God. Right, all you nations, all right? You're going to go into affliction. You're going to go into tribulation, man. You're going to be turned into hell, man. You're going to catch a lot of hell, man. Okay? In these last days, man. In that third world war. Verse 18. For the needy shall not always be forgotten. The expectation of poor shall not perish forever. Right, man? And what's the expectation, man, of the poor, which is us, man? All right? the expectation is when we see these World War III's this World War III happening, we know we're going to get delivered, man. Okay, we're not going to be forgotten by our Savior, all right? Because the God of Israel, he's a merciful power, man. He's going to show mercy to his people, man. All right. Verse 19, arise, O Lord, let not man prevail. Let the heathen be judged in thy sight. Exactly, man. That World War III, the Valley of Jehoshaphat. All right. Got the Middle East, Asia. Okay. Valley of Jehoshaphat's in Asia. I mean, excuse me, not in Asia, in the Middle East. As well as you got all the other various places throughout the world, man. Because you're going to be judged in the Lord's sight. Verse 20, put them in fear, O Lord, that the nations may know themselves to be but men. It's a lot, right? Because you nations, you got in your thought that you're God, especially the so-called white man who's Esau. You think you're God. You think you got the world figured out. You're going into World War III. The Lord's going to make sure you drink that cup. All right? Jeremiah 10 and 25. All right? I got another one. Got it. You got to bring all these scriptures out. Jeremiah 10 and 25. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not, and upon the families that call not on thy name. For they have eaten up Jacob, and devoured him, and consumed him, and have made his habitation desolate. Right, because the Lord is a righteous power. He's going to make sure you heathens, okay, be destroyed, all right, for what you've done to our people, man, to the children of Israel, all right? You think that you can go off into the sunset, all right, and not pay for the crimes you've committed on the God's chosen people? That's why Jeremiah 10 and 25 says, pour out thy fury upon the heathen that know thee not. Right, and what's that fury, man? You're going to eat nuclear missiles, man. You guys are going to eat World War III. The Lord's going to, no, excuse me, not eat. You're going to drink World War III, all right? Because that's what the title's going to be. The God of Israel is going to force World War III down your throat, man. You heathens' throats, all right? For they have eaten up Jacob and devoured him and consumed him and have made his habitation desolate. Right, and look at our people today. Our people today are desolate, man. We're under the curses, all right? And you heathens, man, took advantage of it, man. And y'all for the affliction. Zechariah 1 and 15. I don't got to get it. You can go look it up, man. And the Lord's got to the Lord has something coming for you, heathens, and that's World War III. You're going to drink this World War III. Isaiah 9 and 5. The book of Isaiah, chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warriors with confused noise. Right, and that's what you see right now. Nothing but confusion, man. You got one nation fighting another nation, then another nation supporting a nation that's supposed to be allies, okay, with another nation, but now they're fighting against that nation. It's confusion, man. All right? For example, you got America supposed to be allies with Turkey, all right, NATO, but Turkey's over there buying Russian weapons. Turkey's bombing the Kurds, who America's allied with the Kurds, supporting to try to overthrow ISIS. You see that? Confusion. All right? Proxy wars. All right? That's why, we living in biblical times, man, and the God of Israel is setting it, man. He's setting it. He's setting it up, man. All right? For Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire, right? And that's that nuclear war, man. Third World War is going to turn into a hot nuclear war, man. All right? So that's the times we're living in, man. You see it, man. 68 nations, according to this secular news, are in the Middle East. All right? And that's not including Russia, Iran, all right, Syria. Oh, by the way, China's over in the Middle East too. I did a video on that a couple of weeks ago. All right. You can look that up. China's in the Middle East as well. All right. So all these nations are there. All right. Because that is through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. All right. As well as you got conflicts in Asia. All right. In the South China Sea. Over that resources. All right. That y'all want. All right. That's that snare and trap upon your heads, you heathens. And, hey, once again, the resources that are in the Middle East, all right? All the oil that's in the Middle East, all right? So y'all know, you heathens think you're going to go into this war thinking you're going to get the resources, but that's a snare and a trap onto you to destroy your power so you don't rise no more, all right? Let me get Psalms 110 Salakia. It's a little bit longer than I thought, but, you know, hey, man, if you're a man of the Lord, okay, and you believe in these scriptures, you're going to do these videos, all right? Because you want to get up out of here, man. And you want the reward, and you want to see your enemy perish, man. All right? So what's so beautiful is that we don't got to do nothing. We ain't got to lift up no sword upon you heathens. The God of Israel is going to make sure you kill each other off. That's a power. That's what you know. That's what you call a God. All right? Psalms 110, verse 5. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. Right, man. He's going to break you kingdoms down, man. It's of the Lord doing it. You see? The Lord at thy right hand, okay? All right? Through his son Yahushua, man. All right? Making sure that, okay, that the angels are stirring up these wars in the Middle East and various other places, right? To strike you kings down, right? To get rid of your power structure, all right? Because it's time for y'all, okay, to lose, okay, your dominance. Because the kingdom of Israel, the kingdom of heaven is coming, all right? And that's the new superpower, all right? Verse 6, he shall judge among the heathen. He shall fill the places with the dead bodies. He shall wound the heads of many countries, right? That's what's happening. That's why y'all all in the Middle East and various other places, all right? He's striking the heads, okay? Like it says, he shall wound the heads of over many countries, right? He's going to judge you heathens, and there's going to be millions upon millions of dead bodies, man. Okay, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. This is the God of Israel doing this, all right? That's the disclaimer, man. The God of Israel is forcing World War III, Salakia, down you heathens' throats, all right? Let me get one more, Psalms 110, verse 5 and 6, and then I'm going to close out. No, it's not Psalms 110, verse 5. Salakia, not Psalms 110, verse 5 and 6. Psalms 175. Salakia. All right? I just read that. Salakia. All right? Bear with me. I just read that. Hey, you know what? That was just the Lord just reiterating that scripture. All right? So you can read it yourself. You know, that was the Lord, you know. Hey, I got to... Psalms 110, verse 5 and 6. Go read it. Again, if you know, read it a whole bunch of times, you heathens. Remember, it's the God of Israel doing this. All right? This is Psalms 175. And I'm going to start at verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. Right, okay? You heathens didn't get into your power structure because you were good at war, all right? You heathens didn't get into your positions of authority, start with the so-called white man who's Esau, all right? Because you were craftier than the next nation, all right? Why? Listen to this. Verse 7. But Yahweh is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. Right, man? So it was the God of Israel who set, okay, you heathens up according to who's going to be in the terms of power structure. To the point that who's at the top? You Edomites, all right? And really, when you see the Edomites' infrastructure and their ruling empire collapse, all you heathens are going to collapse with it. None of y'all are going to rise into power. No, there will not be a Saudi Arabia in power, no Chinese in power, none of that. No other nation is going to rise in power after these Edomites are taken down, all right? That's just biblical because Scripture says, the second Esdras, I believe it's chapter 6, starting at 9, verse 9, I believe. All right, look it up. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. All right, and that's the kingdom of Israel. The kingdom of Israel is coming next. That's the next ruling empire. All right, and that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because he says, but God is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another. Verse 8, for in the hand of the Lord there is a cup, and the wine is red. It is full of mixture, and he poureth out the same. But the dregs thereof, all the wicked of the earth shall wring them out and drink them. Right. All you wicked people go and drink this cup of the Lord's wrath, man. Okay? He's forcing World War III, man. Okay? All you wicked people, man, starting with you Edomites, all right? You so-called white people. You're gonna drink this World War III. You ain't gonna stop it. There is not gonna be no diplomatic, discussions going down in your embassies, all right? Your embassies are going to be rocked by these other nations, man, all right? Because this is of the Lord, man, making sure you drink this cup, okay? And you're going to drink the dregs thereof too, man, the little ends of it too, man. That's why, and who wants to drink the dregs? That means the Lord's going to make sure you drink this thermonuclear fire, man, all right? Verse 9, but I will declare forever, I will sing praises to the God of Jacob. Right, man, because it's all about Jacob, all right? And that's what it is. We're praising this, man, because we know that Jacob, okay, who changed his name to Israel, okay, all right, his people, all right, are going to be ruling, all right, through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, when Yahweh Shai returns, he's raising up. He's going to make sure Jacob is going to be in the kingdom of heaven, all right, ruling over you nations, all right, Jacob's descendants, all right. And that's why you heathens are in this, going to go into this third world war, man, so you don't rise no more, all right. You drink this cup of World War III, and you get destroyed. Your power structure gets decimated, all right. Verse 10, all the horns of the wicked also will I cut off, but the horns of the righteous shall be exalted, right. And that's the children of Israel, starting with the elect, the 144,000 and 1/3, all right. They're going to be exalted, all right. They're going to be the new kings and priests, all right, the new governors, all right, what you call so-called presidents, all right, on the earth, all right. They're going to be the new ruling elite, while you heathens, all right, suffer what we suffer, all right, because the curses are coming upon y'all, all right. You're gonna catch hell, okay, when the kingdom of heaven is established. So Lord willing, that was edifying. You know, once again, the God of Israel is forcing this World War III down your throats. There's nothing you can do to stop it. You will go into World War III, and your militaries will be destroyed, as well as the rest of you people that get hit with them nukes, all right? Because this nukes is hitting all over the world, man, especially America. You American peons, you don't have much time, man, all right? You don't have much time to be in your mirth, all right? It's about to come to a close. So with that, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Rakah, Kudash, Barakatah. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and salutation to the Akim out there pushing this truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth and making their body a living sacrifice for Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai. Love you, brothers. Keep enduring. Keep the faith. As we can see, we're almost out of here. And with that, shalom.